Spud!
Beans.
What the fuck? What are we doing?
Oh, playing the beginner's guide.
Is this your guide?
It's sadder.
Apparently,
This is my walkthrough of the guide.
Yep, this is Spud playing Apex. Is your audio is on?
Please make sure audio is on. Let me test that.
Starts playing Solang. Controls WASD
those controls are too
and
complicated
mouse
for me.
with left click.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing the beginner's guide.
Dude,
My
that
name is
bottle
Davey
ASMR?
Reed. I wrote the Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story,
You didn't do
today
the
I'm
voice
going to
work
tell
for it,
you
though.
about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
Man, that was a decade ago.
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named CODA. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met CODA in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I was going
You
to
can
say it
walk
looks like
around here, by
Counter-Strike.
the way. And mostly it's just CODA learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator.
What?
It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed
Yes.
by a real person.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking around,
It kind of
paying
makes you
attention.
wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of CODA's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is.
I don't.
And that's
But
exactly what we're going to do here.
I've never looked at a map and went,
So,
I would know the person
in
behind the
2008,
map.
CODA starts making these games, and he never
Yes,
releases
every
any
day.
of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever.
Very nice.
And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, this is just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him,
but
to maybe
that sounds
encourage
like
him to
I would
start
be really
creating
angry
again.
if someone just took my
And
shit.
if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to CODA. So thanks for joining
That,
me on this.
or he would
If
be
you
like,
have a
"What
particular
the
interpretation
fuck?"
that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveyWreden
I think so.
@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at CODA's first proper game.
Okay.
As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
It's cel-shaded. Wow, you are tall.
Wow.
Come on,
The game is
it's
called
Doom.
Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from CODA.
I
The
recognize
whisper
that
machine
noise.
is active. We've got to disable it.
Boop, 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 boop.
I'm locked.
You can click to fire the gun.
Oh my god, I'm turning it down. Okay, there we go.
I'm out of ammo. I've made it.
It looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere.
Yeah.
You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But
Well, you didn't finish
don't
it.
really know. Maybe CODA thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
There we go.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
It's amazing. It's like just a PNG of
It's a
4
skybox.
corners. Yeah.
No, this has very much Halo CE vibes.
Apparently, this space station has a labyrinth on it.
Very Halo CE vibes.
There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
You're a bastard.
What did you call him?
Okay, this is the part that's interesting.
A bastard.
The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Okay.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all.
What's the camera?
That beam is powering a whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing
Where's the
a
speaker?
radioactive heat signature. If your
No.
body could stop the beam.
No.
No! Fuck you, you do it!
Would you do it? Could you give yourself?
How many people am I saving? You know, they're hotter than me.
Can I take a shit on the beam?
2, Geronimo!
Wow, that's very Half-Life.
What you
Sorry.
just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what CODA had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Oh. Oh, yeah, no, that's too real. That's too real.
That is... Definitely. I was going the right way. And he took me a...
You to start floating.
You bastard, I was going the right way.
So
and what happened?
angry.
Because yes, this
I
is
hate
a
you.
glitch, but CODA identifies something human about it, like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria
No, it's
that
a
you've
fucking
just
bug.
had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
November.
So this is still
2008.
November.
The Stanley Parable. The past was behind her. And I was inside her.
In this game, you can only walk back.
I see.
I was like, why isn't he going anywhere?
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment,
But the future could
combining
not be true.
motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to
Why?
be more
Why does the
focused,
future
more
keep
complete.
changing?
CODA is trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
This game is stupid. Sorry.
I can navigate backwards. Screw you all.
But the future is always behind her. How will she find the strength?
How will she
To continue.
I
Not to
won.
confront it. Fuck!
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that.
No, that was
Which to me
a
is why
think
it
piece.
works, because it gets out.
think tank.
That was art in a game.
Yes.
Slender
Slender.
Man.
Oh, it's
Go
like,
to me, Slender Man!
Oh, it's like very narrow. You walk, you can lure it.
You are now entering. Yeah? What am I entering?
Uranus.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
No! Nonsense.
Oftentimes,
It's
CODA would
nearly
put
every
bizarre
direction.
titles like this one at the start of his games. I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And
Like
I
my
No, I
friends.
fully understand that.
What are you gonna do?
As someone who makes stuff, I fully understand just finishing something and that's it. Get the fuck away from me. You know what I mean?
Well, you get slower. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Gravity.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if CODA's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Question, do I press enter?
Well, it's up to you. Do you want to do it how CODA intended it, or do you want to do what he did?
I think the intention is the entire point why
Don't make
he
me
would
fast
create
forward
these
this
games.
part of the video.
Yeah, fuck you. No. Like, if the entire point
What's
is
the,
for
what's the song, how does the
following-
song go? Stay where the heaven.
Which one?
Stay where the heaven.
We're halfway there.
Whoa!
Living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear.
Whoa!
But
Really
yeah,
fucking good album.
if this entire point is us following CODA's mindset behind each game that he makes,
swear to God,
we
so.
should play it as it's intended. This isn't me doing spite. Okay, it is me being spiteful.
So I want to say, I fully understand. Right. So as a programmer, I understand this. Right, you get halfway up the stairs and you hear the door open, and so you're determined to see what the fuck is up there.
Yes. I feel like hitting enter would obviously take away from the experience. It's a test of one's resolve to continue going how it's intended. And I think that says a lot about
I can watch
CODA's original intention.
before you make it to the top of these stairs.
Oh, you're definitely right. And I'm drinking a bottle of Coke right now.
Hey, I'm drinking a can of Iron Brew, the best drink.
I've got like the baby Coke bottles that are like 300 milliliters.
So
But I
literally
dropped my
just a
lid.
can.
No,
Just
a
less than a
can's
can.
like...
Can is
Yeah.
330.
Is it? Oh, okay.
My can.
Then yeah, I've got a baby bottle of Coke. Now let me switch to my right hand, holding W, so I can pick up my...
Yeah, right hand on W, left hand on cock.
You know, it could happen. But no material. Anyway.
Let me pull out my Miss Kobayashi manga.
Jeez. I clicked.
I swear I've been in this room in Chimad. What the fuck?
You walk around talking to people from...
Oh, I don't like how they stay still when you
And-
move.
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
Play as a camera, finding an advertisement, walking around on film set with a blue
CODA
light.
would often tell me that
You
his
to
mind
surrender.
was out of him as
You
a
to surrender.
assistant. He said
I
it seemed
surrender!
that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate
Read enemy
person.
emails to learn how to beat them. That's just
Sometimes
Daisy Rex.
that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Game filled with chairs, except one chair is floating.
Okay, that game. Stand on an X staring at a bear for 3 hours. I want that.
VTubers would play that. Okay, so we're in
Ready,
Chimad now.
set, fish. This is... I don't see will I fish, but you know.
Say something.
I'm interested in the wide egg.
Well, this is new for CODA. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve
A
it.
puzzle is a fucking lever!
Oh, I know. Haha.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna
The
see a
spoilers.
lot.
You know what? I'm gonna steal your puzzle.
I don't know, that puzzle just kind of seemed... Oh, I'm very curious about why that's a
Seems to be
door.
it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough.
Well, that's just shitty measure.
Modify the game again, so that when you
Dude,
press enter, it'll remove all of
so
the
he's like, I don't understand these games. I want to try to figure them out. You know, they're just what these games are. Is they're tests, right? What the fuck?
Holy shit!
They're tests for you know, it's like these are little like program things for me to figure out how to do a mechanic.
Yet any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic
I hate...
world.
Can you turn down the music? It's really loud.
The point is the same.
Yeah, it is. No.
Just turn down master volume then.
Yeah.
Is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even
You decide if that's good enough.
That's not
I'll
your
do.
role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
See if he can understand how to get a simple puzzle working.
Alright, back to 2009 now. He refits
You are
this
now
game.
exiting.
So this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that CODA believes his games are connected somehow.
This man was making the Marvel Cinematic Universe before
Are
Marvel.
literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in. Some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of it.
I think I have...
We can step back and
I feel like...
understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
I feel like what you said's kind of right. I feel like the entering portion was to signify his learning a specific set of...
Well, that's what I do. When I want to learn
Gameplay
something, I
mechanics, or
I
like
make
code.
something focus around that mechanic.
Yeah, so what I think
Talk
the...
about video game development
Okay,
for
let's
a
see
second.
this part.
Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Yes. Very true.
That makes sense. The
To make all of these
streetwise
games,
fall.
CODA is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain
not the
things
best
that
engine.
it does well, and it has certain things that it
Not
does
the worst
poorly.
engine. It's a good engine.
One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so
Everything's
many of Coda's
boxy
games
in
are set in
Source.
these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
The thing I hate about
I
Source
hate that
Tools
stuff.
available to the
as
creator shape
as
the
the
world
map
they're gonna end up
creator.
making. might
because you
consider
can't like use
any
Blender
engine
to like make your map,
Coda's
was like
games to
significantly
notice how they
easier to
seem
do.
stem
No,
from
no,
an
no,
engine
you gotta use their
instead of
hammer
using
tools that
linear
it's a pain in the ass and
boxy
takes
corridors.
forever to do. Everything you can do in Hammer, I can do in like half the time in Blender.
Have you made many maps for...
I have. I've made
Source?
2 TTT maps specifically.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
I streamed making them too. It's very much they take forever. And I think it like took me 9 hours to just modify a map.
Ooh, damn, yeah.
Mainly because it's just Hammer is not a tool I like. If I had if I had Blender and I was modifying it, I would have done it in like 4 hours. I bet you.
Piece of light's so interesting.
Cat.
Cattle. Where's the cattle?
You are.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
What's this music?
It's ambient.
Oh.
Pick up that can. Ooh, that's a lift? You're the person.
I don't know.
Well, looks like you got get in your jail cell. It's a way out now.
This prison, funny enough, in CODA's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go.
No.
If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
God damn, Ike.
We are not sitting here for an hour.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible?
Well, here's my argument to CODA.
Games don't have to
If
be
a game,
accessible.
no, I'm saying if it's a game, isn't playable, then it's not a game.
Entitled Playable Games, that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was
But then it's just an
a box
experience.
that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
It sounds like something I would do to you if I knew how to do animation.
So I think
I
the
just
big.
sent you a punch.
So here's my biggest
Empty
question,
files.
right? Is this CODA person real, or is this something that he's just really well written?
I don't know, it's, at least from what he's said, how I feel with the games I'm playing, I think Coda's real. And I think each of these games is him testing a specific mechanic,
As I
and
said,
that entering and exiting levels was like in the transition between him understanding how to place effects upon the player character, as well as learning basic, mechanics and logic behind doors and puzzles.
no, he got that female voice actor to voice act for that like one space level thing. I wonder if she ever asked, like, so whatever happened to that?
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
I mean, he probably just knew how to.
Well, see, once you already have the asset, you can literally copy and paste it.
There's still no
Yeah, that's what I
indication
mean,
of
yeah.
What makes this puzzle so special that CODA is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
He's a game designer still practicing on polishing his skills. He just wants to pile all of the things as into one.
I understand the puzzle. Here's my interpretation. It's very simple, and it's like his calling card, right?
Yeah.
It's like the director Sam Raimi. He puts it like his car in like almost every movie he makes.
Ah. You there? Did you come from above? What was up there?
System that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
And that's not really the chat capabilities,
Yes.
then, is it?
It was a wild stamp of whiteness. That's the world above. You've been there. Now this is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Prefer not to tell you.
You're being the
Just-
asshole.
What? You don't understand. We are trapped here. That puzzle is our only escape. We need to get through it.
Wait, is that puzzle only one way?
It is.
Shit.
You think you want to get through, but trust me, you don't. Oh, but I do. We do. We want to go there. Do you understand? This is the most important thing in the world. We have to escape this prison. Oh, okay.
And now they're only listening. Anyway,
Honestly, I
the council
do
will
agree.
leave you now.
The council will decide your fate. The reason why I said I don't think they need to leave is because, well, everything outside there is bland or an actual prison. This is the most, like...
Everything out there sucks. What the fuck?
Yeah, this is-
Council number 2!
Was there a puzzle you have to go through? No, I've been right here this entire time. What
I would-
happens if I solve it?
Not sure about there's any solution what you find will be worth. See ya, suckers!
I'm free!
Oh man, there's a door here with a lever!
Descend down to the final floor of the level.
You just hear like 3 guys just like knock over the chairs and table and leg it down.
Chasing? Yeah, it's still chasing me.
You just end up in City 17. What the fuck? It's the same building, copy and paste it over and over. The bot.
Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason CODA fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out.
I mean, this is, again, it's probably one of his calling card things.
I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading.
Are you trying to figure out how to get out?
He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination.
Yeah?
We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
My B-Hop skills are in the game.
B-Hops, so fun fact, B-Hops is actually jumping in a straight line where strafe jumps is side to side.
I know, but I didn't want to look the direction I was going. As
you walk around, you leave
notes.
notes. All notes are left by other
notes.
players. Bullshit! No other player has played your fucking game.
Elden Ring. This is Elden Ring. Is this dog?
That's room not. You gotta remember, this came out way before though.
I'm sure you can deduce this.
How do you
this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by CODA. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where
holy shit!
I saw him working on this very level.
Can you guys hear
it's
me?
Just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away,
Hello.
I have to be friends with this person.
Reasonable.
In retrospect, I think I was probably
Everyone
a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention.
Hey.
I was over enthusiastic.
This makes me sad.
But he was very gracious about it, and
I feel like this makes me sad. It's him talking to you. I feel sad.
Feel free
But you're not gonna read all of these, are you?
Not doing anything for you.
No.
Nothing extra is gonna happen if you read all of them.
Okay.
Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness.
That's what I was noticing when I was reading those.
With thoughts and feelings and beliefs, and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices.
Oh, you can try and jump across?
Wasn't meant to be played.
Yeah. I was gonna try to build up.
You would have
speed
totally
hitting
have
the van.
made it too.
I know. I was gonna build up speed hitting the van just to make sure.
And seeing how alone CODA often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just
Seductive? Wait, that's a word?
See the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing.
You're not even reading them anymore.
Nah.
I think this is why I always liked CODA's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
You could have offended an author, a writer. It's like, no offense, but this is just a guy with a very interesting concept.
But let's also remember, right? Game development is significantly way harder than the other two professions you just said.
Yeah, you're right. Open sesame.
No, I'm not saying that those other professions aren't hard, but game development is literally the hardest form of media.
I do agree with that.
Every video game that is released is a miracle, even if they're shitty or not.
Pick up speed.
And also, unlike video games, like if we're gonna compare the movies, anyone can pick up a movie, like a camera and film. Not everyone can do game development.
You're right. But it definitely is being made, definitely, at least now, it's definitely a lot easier to get
Oh, it is
access.
a lot easier now, but it's still very fucking hard. As someone who does it.
Yeah. No, I did photography for a while, when I was growing up. I loved it, but, I don't know. there was just nothing to
The
take
problem
photos of. 'Cause
The problem
it
with
was all
photography
real.
is you really need to have an eye for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt when I was taking photos, it's all real, and I couldn't do anything transformative.
Each of these games represents an idea that was on CODA's mind at the time that he was making it.
Now,
What the hell?
talking about that, right? I got a perfect example for you. The Akabari Strip episode when he was trying to take a picture of the toy.
In each of his games, after
Yeah.
exploring
The way how he got the angle on that, that is like a photographer thingy.
That he knows
Yeah,
he solution,
doing the one.
Man, that anime was surprisingly really funny.
and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Okay, like
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect
There's
on
no
it
seconds
and
for
let
it.
go of the events that led you.
You know, I bet you there would be people who would actually say that.
Together, to grasp at that
I feel like
elusive bigger picture.
if you don't get it straight away, that's fine. But like at some point, you'd have to have the close idea of locking yourself in there. Like,
I mean, I did that by accident when I played Skyrim. I soft locked
I do it
myself
always
by
on
doing the
purpose.
exact thing.
I do it on purpose whenever I play a game. Typewriters.
The fuck is that
or-
noise? Oh, it's typewriter. So it's like popcorn.
You're right. Are you there? Please say something. It can be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please. Why do you have so much difficulty speaking? Speak.
Hey man, do you need to go to therapy? No, I'm good. Next game.
Yeah, this is main June. Porn stars guide.
It just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang
Oh
on.
god, the frame rate. Okay, we're back.
I like this photo, like this amazing photo, but
That's
I feel
CG.
like you can't. I know, but if it was a real photo, it's not transformative. You can't do anything with it, which is why I stopped photography. Although I'm not a good artist, so I can't transform.
I'm really good at taking pictures of flowers. I'm very good at being transformative with that, and I don't know why.
Ah, so you made the platinum end opening.
Honestly though, if you looked at a lot of the pictures I took, like, my platinum end opening would be 100 times more like informative of pictures of flowers.
See, like,
You're
this is
trapped.
it, the whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except,
I
for
get
some reason,
snagged
CODA
here.
gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's going to start over, use the same
What's that
assets,
pillar
turn it into
here?
something else. Okay, cool. Here's
Probably a
version two.
lamppost. What?
Ah, so he's showing where the furniture would be. What furniture ought to go in the center of the room?
A refrigerator.
Yeah, you know what?
That's not an refrigerator.
The wall.
Unless you use picture of a horse.
10 stoves.
That's
Those
not.
aren't stoves.
This isn't The Sims, apparently.
I think we should light up this room.
That's number 2.
Yeah, I was reading that, like, what the fuck? Oh. And then a table, we have one. Who are you?
Tables were invented in 1935. Oh.
Oh.
There's no stoves. There's not a
board,
single
it's one,
cuckoo
but
here.
still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
It's a maze.
It's amazing.
And I...
So, okay,
You know.
this time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Please, hello, please walk forward. It's
I can't walk
backwards, you idiot.
backwards.
This guide will enable
Any-
you to escape any prison environment.
This sounds like if this was real, it would be on, like, a banned
Follow the
list.
instructions carefully. Take care to
Take
remember
care
each
to
step.
remember each step. Click on the table.
That wouldn't happen in
Go
real
to
life.
the photo frame and turn it slightly.
But we can
And
go to any
turn the
escape
full
room
lamp
now.
in this room off.
What do you mean this table
And
and
then
clip for
back
the
on.
floor? It's bullshit.
I'll go to the left side sofa and move it over a little. Finally touch the shelves. Oh, those are shelves.
Yeah.
That's it. In a real prison, escape without return to the start. Be taken back to your prison. Oh, I need to remember that. Okay.
Table, paint
I
in,
remember.
light switch, couch, cell.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna be able to jump into the well.
Alright, table. There's
Now
no
the
table.
is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to it.
Angry.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside.
The fuck? I like this one.
I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch.
I wish the music was
To
so
see a person
fucking loud.
basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But
I like the
doesn't
music
have
getting
that voice
slightly more
to stop
distorted.
That particular mechanism of defense
Oh, this
against
place.
yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
It's a self-imposed prison.
Question mark? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was in like a tunnel. Ow, fuck.
You walked into a house. You fucking blind bitch.
I do that in real life, okay?
Spud in the zombie apocalypse when there's no power. Ah, fuck! Is that a telephone booth?
Yes, it's time to go see the doctor.
Oh my god, no, what this is that movie where the guy is stuck in the phone booth and then there's a sniper on him. If he doesn't do what he says, he dies.
Oh my god, I used to have it on DVD. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking. I never watched it, but I have it on DVD. Hello, who is this? Hey, it's me.
I remember
I'm you
the
from
weirdest
after
of
you
movies.
escaped prison. You're me.
What? ...
So you were trapped in this prison too?
Yes, that's how I escaped.
It's a conversation. And
I was
so
in the
this is
furniture
what CODA
maze.
wants, is to be able to talk to someone, share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who
Oh,
knows.
I'm so glad to know that I get out
But
eventually.
the irony is that
What's
even
it
in
like
this
to
scenario,
escape?
you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are CODA talking to himself.
It feels like being completely still and wildly emotional at the same time. Do you feel any different? Sometimes I'm scared I'll get out and then things will be exactly the same as before.
Oh god. Oh god, this is an existential crisis.
It actually does change. I don't feel like the same person at all. Oh good. That's so nice to hear. That makes me feel really happy. But humans fear change.
True.
Remember to enjoy who you are right
That's
now.
a Doctor Who
It won't
quote.
last. Wait, if you're me, then how did you get a... Did you get a... Net? Wait. Oh, I hate time travel stuff. This is why I never... See, when I think of time travel, I think time travel is so advanced that everything that's changed through the time travel would have already happened.
Yeah, no. There's two forms of time travel, right? There's the time travel where you go to an alternate universe. And then there's the one where you're not. So I like the third option, was the Marvel option, right? Where it's the normal time travel, where when you go back in time, everything that you do already happened. Like, you know, everything in the now is in the now. You go into the past, it's still the now, right?
Yeah.
But there's also the time travel where you go back in time and actually change the event. So what stops you from doing what you remember, you've made this now an alternate universe.
That makes sense.
So you start off in your universe, But if you fuck anything, you go to another universe.
That kind of makes sense. Cause I guess it's like the mindset of, oh, you went back to the past to change something, but now that it's changed, you wouldn't have any reason to go to the past, so it splits you off.
Yeah, so, and here's the DC version, with all types of fuck. So DC is, right, you go to the past, you change something, that entire universe and timeline you're from gets deleted and replaced with a new one.
Like, impressive. Okay. But,
So even if you go back in time and stop yourself from changing anything, then you have again, deletes the universe and a new one that's very similar but very different.
Well, I'm gonna say no. I think I'm the first person to call back.
So, by the way,
tell me how to get out.
But this is also why everyone goes, "God damn it, Flash."
Yeah. You need to be sincere. I think that's very important.
What? Well, usually the guy talks to me from the heavens. You don't have the guy from the heavens?
Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. That's exactly what you need to figure out in order to escape.
I can see why he considers.
So there's also like another form of time travel.
All of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
So like another form of time travel, it's an interesting one, where you go back in time and say you killed Hitler.
What would it look like if
someone else
wanted
would just
to
take
make a game
Hitler's
about
place,
talking to someone other than
and everything will be the same. The universe has corrected itself.
Yeah. I get that. It's on the play GoldenEye. 007.
Yeah, this does look like 007, doesn't it?
To represent CODA's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Go in the house.
Well, he's definitely improved in making
Masturbate on the
houses.
couch.
Oh, they spilled their blood and didn't put
They spilled their blood. The vampires were here!
You have clean on your
Yes,
head.
sir, you're a
but you
vampire!
didn't- Well, my goodness. I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Though I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself, and right miserable that would have been, everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes.
You'll notice that the quality
And
of
lousy
yours
homes
is
make
definitely
home loners.
including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this
Are we
point on.
cleaning this whole place?
From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the
Music
visual
is so
polish of his
fucking
work,
loud.
and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
I get that. I like the thing work here on the visual polish.
That's what you do last, by the by.
I know, but I guess it's doing it as a habit to get into.
Then you see what this was? This was clearly the prototype for Cleanup Simulator.
I'll run to the bedroom and make the bed.
I know this is made on Source, but I feel like this is more Unity.
I wish my bed was like that.
Wait, go back to the bed? I wouldn't see what
bed.
you mean. What do you mean you wish that bed was like that?
So my bed, since where I live, it's really hot now. I don't have a doona. What I have is
doona?
a bed sheet. A doona's the blanket.
We call those a duvet.
Oh, we call it a doona. Okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
So,
Americans be like,
so
what the fuck? You mean blanket?
Makes it worse. But yeah, so I've got the bed sheet, and then I have another thin sheet because it's so hot.
Oh.
Of course, I'm a child. Personally, I have another. I have like a fluffy blanket that I sleep with, just because it feels really nice.
So what I have is my bed. It's a memory foam mattress. Then I have silk bedding, and I have a very thin duvet. Like it's really thin. It's just really nice.
Yeah.
And I have a V-shaped pillow, and then a memory foam pillow on top of that, and then like 2 normal pillows, and an angel teddy and a Stitch pillow. Because I'm a child. Anyway, he's asking you something.
Anyway, how did you end up doing this job? A friend
Gives me
dragged me
money.
along at a time when I was practically desperate for cash. Turns
Yeah,
out
money.
I've
See, I
also
got
been
it.
doing something for money my whole life. Never did like cleaning my own home. I might get some demons I ain't ready to face yet. Oh, speaking of demons, someone's put this couch all in a mess. Would you like to go and freshen out these pillows?
Yeah, when
Man,
the
I've got
demons
long
came
arms.
over, they fucked my couch. It was so annoying.
Oh, it looks like someone spilled a drink by the couch. Maybe
The
you won't
blood.
put up as long as you're over there.
The blood the demons were drinking. Why did you leave the glass there?
I don't know. I feel I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with it?
Make it especially
especially
cheesy. ...
Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. No.
Fuck you!
No, it was stupid. Sorry, never mind. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? Okay, I'm gonna hop to those dishes.
Yeah, you did it. No, I don't think there's help because you weren't moving faster.
It worked on Vance, but that's just because of the momentum.
How about scrub down
Such
as best you
Victorian
can? No
sleep.
need to be perfect, well, just human. I thought I called you for a scrub. For a
Damn, I
second.
just got rid of like the cracks and the ceramic. Oh my god.
Yeah, you just called him.
Oh.
Look, now you got some cracks in the ceramic. You pull out your stuff to fix that from your back pocket. You get your trowel and you just go.
I was about to say I get like the mason, the like trowel, like some ceramic
It's all
paste,
in your back
like
pocket.
cement paste. Perfect. I've been wanting to clean these dishes off the tape.
After the intense set of
It
presentation,
loops.
this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest.
Do these
inside
chores
Do
ever end?
these chores
and
ever end?
eventually cohere into something
Darling,
meaningful.
let me tell you something.
Are we married?
Whatever work you do, you've absolutely got to own it. Otherwise, it owns you. So why don't we be with the task at hand and leave the future chores to future you? Present you wants to smooth out the rug in the bedroom, believe it or not. Trust me on this.
Oh, that's
Actually,
different.
This was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Sounds like this man has depression.
Earlier, when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say it occurs to me that one's house is what like one's soul. You take care of it, and it takes care of you. Heh.
That's
I don't
actually
know why
really
I feel so
true.
weird about saying that.
Yeah, if you have a clean house,
get
you
it.
will feel happier.
But there's a bit of truth to it in it now. Dot dot dot. Anyway, you're a bitch. So,
You're talking about the dot dot dot. See, I like ellipses when it's in this format. But when I was reading The Walking Dead, right, they would have a speech bubble that was just dot dot dot, and that always annoyed the fuck out of me. Why not just not have the speech bubble at all?
Yeah.
They would have fade the same thing. And I can see more of the art.
Maybe that's why they did it, so they had to do less of. Clean up the bugs. This is purgatory.
I'm glad he made this. I'm glad he found some peace.
All I want to say is I feel like whenever you walk into another room, this clean guy just legs there, like throws the pillows everywhere. He runs to the bathroom and just stabs holes into the bathtub.
Music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
What's this? The fucking dark dimension?
The deep dark. And the lamp.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
September 2009. I remember 2009. Good time.
Items you love at members-only faces. Why did you come here
Okay,
today?
so when you
Well,
went through like
it looks
college,
like-
was it like this?
It depended on how large the class was.
Okay, so my college was never like this. My college was just like a normal classroom.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely how it was for
Wait, you moved seat.
a small class. But this workshop is going to teach you to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being. Right now, who do you think about that way in your life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that makes you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? I
don't feel selfish, ungrateful, useless.
Perception. But when you compare yourself to
Yeah,
one
even when I
person,
compare
it's
myself to other people, I don't feel that.
the question is how...
I can compare myself to a couple of
halfway through
VTubers I like and be like, man, they're so much more successful than me. That's about it.
This is so easy. Being perfect is effort.
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classrooms now.
Being alone must be awful.
That is a really good effect. A black hole.
It is. I like that. Yeah. If you're torturing yourself to find the right solutions for your life, you're doing it wrong.
I really like that event horizon.
Let me...
The black holes are probably one of the most scariest things in the universe.
Oh yeah, like the edges of black holes are like so incredibly like the light on the edge of the black hole is not only the light bending, it's also the friction of all the fucking particles and atoms getting superheated. It's nightmare fuel.
Yeah. Black holes are terrifying.
Let me get closer. Anyway.
Fucking hit a number.
Assist, Chris. I'm sorry.
Why are you always going for the black ones? Just kidding!
Well, I'm doing things that the other one didn't have a good yellow option. There is no truth, there is no path.
Oh shit, you guys! Something is coming! Out the back of the room. Look out!
If I was in a situation where I'm a lecturer and I see that in the back of the class, I'm just gonna act like nothing's happening. I'm just gonna stare into the abyss.
You know, there'll be zombies in the background eating your students, and you'll be like, alright, what's question 5? Those of you who are alive!
Tony, if you get bit and don't tell anyone, you're failing the exam.
True.
Assume that some other person is perfect.
There's another zombie in the room, kill it!
Every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human.
I think I'd be a fairly okay leader in the zombie apocalypse.
That's what we all think.
Well, no, but I
Alright, head
put
the table.
people into groups.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for CODA to make.
There's no lamp.
It was 4 months between this and the
I like
last
the-
one.
I was about to say I like the
the
carpet.
Until you notice a cut.
And it's not like it's particularly
Yeah.
complex. So
Oh, I
remember
hate
I
it.
found that a little strange at the time.
You liked it
hate
until
it.
you noticed it.
I was like, oh yeah, this carpet looks so nice. And I looked and it's like, if I paid people to redo my carpet, and I got this,
Oh, that's for a
Like-
refund.
I think I'd be in prison.
Wow. Oh, this is backstage. That was a green room.
This one is
Oh, that
another
was a
game.
green room.
Still a shitty green room. What fucking third-rate?
Are you ready
studio
to
am I
play,
in?
Spud? It's the level of Left 4 Dead 2 with the music that's super great. That I totally have a mod that turns into the Ruby OP1 song.
Well, I've got two things to say to you. I don't remember the Ruby opening, and I don't know what mission you're talking about.
The Left 4 Dead 2 level where you're on the stage waiting for the helicopter and you just like music.
Oh, the stadium, the
Yeah.
outdoor stadium. Right. So when you said stage, I was thinking indoors. That's my own fault. The performance is beginning. Please, in the scene, you will be playing as me, where you're gathering at a gathering.
Oh, I know what
professionals
this is.
first, leaning against
This is
wall.
an allegory of anxiety.
Like that. The room we got in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your only chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her.
This is anxiety. This is what this is.
Hello. Hello. That's it? That's not a you're right. That was the most conversation out of the 3 options. Do it again.
Here are all my hopes and dreams.
Here are all my hopes and dreams. No. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just at the moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's you need to feel better, or a better feel of the setting. There are lots of people around us. I give you some props to work with. These cones are bounced when you touch them, represent people nearby.
This is anxiety. This is 100% anxiety. I know, I have bad anxiety.
What are some sacrifices you've had to make? No.
That's a great opening. I don't know about you, but someone said that to me, I'd be like, fuck, that's a good question.
You're a professional in this field. What are some sacrifices you had to make to get this far? I think that's an amazing way
I had to kill several animals to get the best shot.
I think you're more of a hunter than at that point. What's at the end? Is that the shitty? That's a shitty lighting. Okay.
I thought you were gonna say what's at the end. Is that the button?
No, I thought like one of those like white or bright brown splotches. I thought that was the table near the end, but it was just the lighting. I'm faking a bit. Oh no! Hey, I want those rainbow, red blue. Oh no!
Run.
This is what it was
the game
like.
Ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in CODA's life. The solution to social anxiety,
I was right!
to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for CODA is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access CODA's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps.
I want to say that it's a really good representation of anxiety.
And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him.
I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to be disconnected from the world.
To connect with this person, to bring him closer.
If this is how...
What can you do? After this, CODA went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
What? Tell me.
So, if this is how CODA felt, should I have my eyes closed? You know,
yeah. You can keep your eyes closed. Anyway, my eyes.
Okay. My eyes are closed.
What's going on?
On the key.
Captain, what can we do? Help! I'm blind. 1. I can't see anything. 2, 3. What's going on?
Okay. What's going on? They already know I'm blind, so
we're going to crash.
I need you.
Okay. Oh, that's a giant door! Please, someone talk to me. Please tell me how to solve this. Please don't let this be forever. Okay, you picked that one.
Okay.
Oh, fuck the door! Okay, you can open now.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible. And there is a solution, by the way.
I go downstairs. I love that we you legitly did that how you see though. It's the door, by the way. Yeah, you know, no, you need to do something. What are you gonna do? Why?
I was thinking.
There's a guy pink up there. There's a pink guy up there. Up. Above you.
Oh.
It's like the Chi Man. I think you need to go to him somehow.
But true. My work is always fun.
Oh, this is him talking to himself.
I see.
Very Star Trek. Who's a Star Trek fan? It's like that's Gen 1 or whatever.
This makes me think of... Actually, no, the game I'm thinking of is... Star Trek. I can't keep making these. That's it, that's the truth. It's true.
Amount of
Like I
idea.
said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So, where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Here was the point in my relationship with CODA where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way. His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost...
See, the problem with
6
people
before
who
he
are like
finishes
this is
something
trying to help them can make it worse.
Yeah, like what I was gonna say before I have to close my eyes. And now I just want to close my eyes because it hurts.
Fucking bright, oh my god. Hello?
I'm in the void.
Where am I?
Hello?
What is this?
Okay, thankfully
Welcome to Skyrim!
Hey you, you're finally awake.
Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da.
Like, da-da-da. I don't like the music. How do I get out of here? How do I get there? That's not the good ASMR. Is that a person? How lovely. It's been such a long time since I've talked to anyone. ... What's wrong? You look lost.
Because you are.
When I try to create, I feel empty. Oh no. What's happened? Did something change?
Trying to find this engine that you used to protect. I was suspecting it would be the second one, honestly.
Wait, you're looking for a machine. I think. Well, no, he's. I don't think the words that I said.
Well, that's what you hit the wrong one.
I need to see it to know why it stopped.
If
you
the
can take
last
it out, but
game
there's a
featured
problem.
CODA talking
It's guarded by the
about his creative
Propulsor.
frustrations,
It's the door.
This one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is
I hit
exhibiting
the second
signs
deal.
of struggle, frustration, anxiety,
Oh.
depression, even.
Okay.
And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder, even when he.
Are you gonna
clearly
walk
doesn't
through that
have
and
the
end up in
energy
an
for it
alternate
anymore?
universe?
Why? What is it for? Because, from my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was.
You know,
he was in his
I
own
think
bubble,
he hates
sitting in
this
his
door
computer all
puzzle.
day, not really showing these games to anyone.
Like, in his
not
mind, this
releasing
is
them
the
onto
best
the
puzzle
internet.
he's ever made,
so
and he hates
He didn't
it.
have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
First, you open the door. You walk inside.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
There is no machine here.
I don't like the music. Sounds like
Number 2.
breathing. No, don't lie to yourself. No.
None of
fine,
these are
alright.
true.
But it wasn't true.
That's
Not.
not true.
I am
You're right.
constantly-
Making games the
It
hardest
is
thing in
easy.
all entertainment industry is the easiest thing to do.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. He was so trapped. It's like
I
video
wouldn't say
games
this is
are
unhealthy,
not
right?
worth
Because this is
amount
him
of suffering.
using his issues
Someone
This is a
creatively,
way to
right?
express.
And I used
Yeah, this is a
so
way to
much
express
joy
himself.
in
I wouldn't call it
football.
unhealthy.
For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
Any sacrifices made for my work are worth it 100%.
Yes,
I
more.
don't know.
Keep
This is
going.
what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it.
Okay, this is the
I
only good
wanted it
answer
to
I've
stop
seen.
more than anything.
There is no shame,
I just
no fear,
I needed
no
it
guilt.
more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
We're back to a girl crying?
But it didn't stop. After finishing
Was
this
Coda a
one,
girl all
Coda
along?
takes another
Wait,
7 months
wait a minute.
and comes up with a new game.
I'm not sure.
The
The
machine.
machine. This is the machine we're looking for.
Guard.
God.
Ma'am, I'm
Ma'am.
glad to see you
What?
arrived safely. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like.
I intend to be brutal.
That's such a you answer.
It is such a yes.
Just be warned, someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. The machine. It's called CODA.
Ah.
Oh yes, hello, hi. How you doing? Oh, take a picture of my good side. Oh yeah. Alright, I'll kiss all of you later. Get the fuck out of here. Take that man's glasses.
This is how Kodo sees himself.
And of course, it's the machine.
You stop.
Why is this so angry?
You stopped feeding us.
There's people out there. Can you imagine what pain you put into it? No. Only because of you creating.
Yes, so here's what needs to happen.
I'd be so alone. Apologize for leaving me.
Apologize for leaving me. Time for victim blaming. Think carefully. I know how to hurt you.
Oh God. What? Alright then, I apologize to the people on your behalf. What happens in the hallway? My followers! It
I
falls
have a
on me to deliver
troubling
better. I have a troubling revelation. The machine refuses to admit that it betrayed hurt us all. But this is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. Let us pay its retribution. Follow me, we will destroy everything that the machine has created. Let me delete my games folder. Fuck! Back here!
Blind me.
What the fuck? It's a gun from the first game.
Yeah.
Fire.
Oh.
Oh my god, it's the Half-Life noise.
CODA, I'll make sure your work dies here. Isn't that what you're scared of? Having to live out your precious creations?
So now
having
the
to
work
deal
is
with
becoming
yourself?
self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played,
Again, this is just an
shortly after
outlet.
I made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people. To get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation.
No, this is his...
So, as I'm thinking this, I realized that I could be the one to initiate it.
No, that's bad.
Because it would never occur to CODA to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make...
You're kind of betraying his trust by doing that, honestly.
This is almost as bad as the day I become cured.
Would it give him confidence in
Shut the fuck up!
You know.
That wasn't even bad. Well, I understand what you're talking about. Pretending to be the dead mother. Ah. Terrible people.
So I started showing CODA's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
But he wasn't afraid.
He just didn't want to... He was doing...
Well, I mean, I said I was going to build up the machine through all his work, but I'm going to continue with my promise.
Put down your weapon. No. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da!
It won't hit me, bitch.
You missed.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do?
No.
Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need. To be told that my work is good.
But you're not... You aren't him.
When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend.
I'll make you some more
something.
Keep cheering.
I really felt like I'd done something good. Like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling.
This sounds like...
It made me feel so happy.
He sounds like the insane one.
No, this sounds selfish, honestly, right?
Yeah.
Because it sounds like you are getting happy because other people like the work that you gave them.
This
then...
is kind of...
Anyway... CODA finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is...
Again, it's a creative outlet.
And I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of CODA's. This one is called The Tower. And to my knowledge, it's the last game that CODA ever made.
So here's the thing, right?
So
he was making games as an outlet, right? And he just, like, this was his thing. And he got to the point where he wanted to share his thing with you. But you took his thing and showed it to other people, and that probably just ruined it for him.
This is also goes back to what I've been trying to say, but I've just been getting interrupted by the game. From the way that we saw the social anxiety, CODA was obviously withdrawn. He wanted to stay disconnected. It's how he handled situations and trying to follow success. And it also goes back to how he said that the creator was very aggressive or assertive towards CODA when he wanted to be friends. And it seems that never changed in their relationship.
You know, a good way to describe how I feel is it's like you and your friend, you have a thing that you always do, but then your friend decides to bring someone else in, and that makes you feel like this isn't our thing anymore.
Yeah, I can understand that, definitely. Because I was in one of those situations. I was the friend that was brought in.
I say I'm usually the one who they always bring someone else in, and I was like, well, this was just a thing that I like. Like this is why I have like separated friend groups that I don't like converging.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like I like these friends here, and I like these friends here, and sometimes I just want to hang with one specific person. That happen to everyone.
This room actually is amazing.
But yeah, this with the ambient.
Fuck my eyes!
All the walls of
Wow! Fuck you, CODA!
Each one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable.
What I was gonna say.
Beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all.
What I was gonna.
I do want to show you the rest of the level, so when you're ready to continue, press enter.
Fuck you! I'm going through the maze, and don't hurt my eyes too much. But what I was gonna say was with the design, the stairs with lighting, but no actual light source to be seen. The ambience, which sounds to be people in distress. This tower feels to connect back with the prison. And when we had the scene of the girl crying, hugging the... Okay, yeah, no, I'm not gonna hurt my eyes. If it didn't hurt my eyes, I would have minded going through the invisible maze.
He brings out like a piece of paper, starts drawing the pathway.
I just thought... Oh my god, I got MS Paint open.
This is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever.
So why...
I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
Was he frustrated with you? That's my answer. It's like, he's upset that you shared his game with other people, so he deliberately made a game that would make you upset.
Yeah, I think this... Because they talked about them having arguments between should a game be playable and accessible.
I personally think a game needs to be playable. If your game is not playable, then it's basically like a walk-in experience. It's not a game.
Yeah.
It's still fun in its own
think
right.
a game... Yeah, I think a game needs to be playable, but it doesn't need to be accessible.
No, that's true. Because Dark Souls is a good example of it. But
it shouldn't have to cater to...
Okay, so there is a point to that, right? There are some things that it does need to be accessible, but there are other things that doesn't. Like a good example is the language and the dialogue people speak.
Yeah, okay, yes. That I definitely do agree with that, but I feel like if a lot of games that try to extend or cater towards audiences outside of their like intended audience or targeted audience, they put resources or time that would be used to flesh out the main concept or reason behind the entire thing they're doing, and then it leads them to, once they get one piece of the game or media becoming accessible, they get tunnel vision or to continue with the accessibility.
I think the best example is the easy mode in Dark Souls games. Dark Souls games, don't need to be accessible in that sense, but they are very accessible games that you can pick up and they're responsive.
Yes.
But you see, Elden Ring did a very fun way of getting around that because it secretly added an easy mode with summons.
Yes, I do definitely agree with that, and I do like how they disabled the easy mode when you do multiplayer or you summon someone. You can't use summons in PvP or multiplayer with friends. So it's like, you want to play on easy mode, you are contained in your own world. You can't, well, obviously, you know, you put things towards playing this in a slightly alternative way, and they contain you in your own world. I
guess the best way to put it, accessibility has to be a point that doesn't ruin the creative vision, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you made something that can't be accessible to someone who is colorblind, then you failed in your creative vision. I think that is true. Would you agree?
Because it's the opposite of everything else that CODA has made.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't encourage thought or...
Now, another thing is much like with the language barrier. I feel like if you want as many people to play this, then you have failed by not having as many accessible ways.
I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Was I close?
Not even.
And it was me that he wrote the code in a way where it doesn't line up with
Yeah, it's really annoying. I love that fucking Gmod / Half-Life boop beep in the background. This game has been designed to frustrate whoever plays it.
I mean, the easiest way, it's like, to stop him from giving it to anyone else.
Like, this game is not accessible at all. This game is, because it doesn't tell you anything.
Actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of CODA cutting himself off entirely.
No, he's cutting you off. He's not cutting himself off. You're reading this wrong.
Not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
Well, see, I think you're the problem here. Actually, you're trying to fix something that doesn't need to be fixed. You think there's something wrong with him when
I don't know why
he's just trying to live his life how he wants, not how you want.
I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011, I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them...
Again, I feel like you were projecting too much onto his work. Because I see his work as, I'm testing this thing, or I'm using this as a creative outlet. Not, hey, I'm asking for help.
I was trying to get to know him.
It's like
who he actually was and what he stood for.
How a lot of...
I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him.
It's like, go there.
Dots mean. And he wouldn't.
Okay, then what do I pauses? Great. I agree. It's like how a lot of it was like a lot of indie games between like 2014 to like 2018 always had some dark or psychological undertone in them.
Yeah.
where the creator was expressing some inner turmoil that they had in a creative way, and obviously they didn't expect anyone to try to help them through it, but it was not really a personification, but a way to morph their troubles into
something creative,
something slightly more tangible, and I guess expressive. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, because you brought up the anime, The Day I Became God has that.
Yes.
Where it's maybe the creator had this in his life, or maybe he just wanted to write a story about it, where someone who you know is perfectly fine, and then one day something really bad happens to them, and they seem like a complete different person.
And
or you don't recognize them. And then you gotta ask yourself.
And then you have to question to yourself: are they the same person? Can we still create memories like we did in the past?
How long do I have left with this person?
Yeah, it comes down to the person. With what happens, it's up to them to decide. You can't force your way into what they're a part of, what they've become.
You just have to be patient.
It's something. Yeah, it's something that.
You know, like I brought up with the dad in the show. I fully understand what he did, because with mine allergy, if any of my parents ever got Alzheimer's, where their memory starts to just like lose it, there would be a point where I physically couldn't see them anymore.
Yeah.
I needed to be someone other than me, but he stopped and left. And it felt somehow like I had failed.
Talk about dementia. That makes me think of this horror movie.
I don't want to know.
I know, yeah. I just keep getting it stuck in my head. I don't want to remember the movie.
Where did I screw up?
Probably halfway through.
See, now this guy's having a crisis. Like, fuck, how did this happen? Dear Davey, thank you for the interest in my games. I need to ask you to not speak to me anymore. Look forward. Keep going.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I?
Like I said, this was his thing. He trusts you enough to let you in, and then you completely destroyed it for him.
And just from what I can guess is he. I feel like
you betrayed his trust.
Yeah, and I feel like the modifications that he made to the games.
No, I think the modifications were specifically for this showcase.
I do, but I feel like some of them could have been done around the same time frame.
Also, not gonna lie, Davey, you sound toxic as fuck as a friend. Like, I know you mean well, but the fact that you're trying to fix someone who might not even need help or want your help, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But man, this is like one way to send up a fucking wake-up message.
Yeah, like imagine, right? You put a message in your game that your friend literally has to modify the game to be able to get to.
That's why I think he did previously modify the games against.
Okay, you know what? That's fair.
CODA's wishes. That's why, because CODA knew that he would have done this to be able to see the message. That's why I felt that the modifications were done, and I feel like he did share some of his modified versions of the games for people's opinion as well.
Now, I want to say, if this is completely all like, this is all made up. Very well written.
But if this isn't made
up... Also,
if
this isn't made up, you literally did what CODA did. You took your experience and made it an outlet. for other people to experience. Now go in that door.
I don't think we can become friends.
I don't think we can become friends.
Oh, but to be fair, I don't think we would become friends because I don't have anything that you can
I don't think
criticize
I
or
ever told you this,
modify.
but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt.
I wonder at times
It felt
whenever
as
you
though
think I
were
am making these
responsible
games for
something
you.
important and valuable.
And
He
this
did.
is the point of
This was
him
my
making
point.
the games for himself.
Yeah, there was an outlet.
And then Davey became self-absorbed
You know,
and gained like gratification.
like I have friends
from
who just
Coda's
draw
work.
as an outlet, but they don't post it online or anything. They just draw, right? And I feel like if I took their work and posted it online, they would
And
fucking hate me for
the
life.
people who played them, they treated me like I was important.
Is this just
They
like a
really
free
listened and cared
therapy
about what I had to
lesson for
say.
you, Davey?
Even though I was showing your
You're
work,
so infected. Wait,
I felt good
you've
about
so
myself.
affected my
Finally,
personal space
for a
that it
moment, while
begins
I
to
had
find
that,
solutions to my
I
work
liked
wherever
myself.
hidden between the games. I told you, this is literally what I meant. This was his thing. He trusts you enough to let you in, and then you ruined it.
Like this sums up CODA and Davey's conflict.
There was an answer, a
Especially,
meaning. Would it make you any happier?
and I think this solidifies the argument of Davey and CODA with their accessibility and it being able to be played. Because Davey, and he's even done it.
Yeah, you're right.
earlier
Because
on through this
Davey
game.
was probably arguing about the point of if you're gonna release this, you're gonna need to do this. And here's CODA over here, like I was never gonna release it.
And the first time he brought it up, and when he brought up the arguments, was needing to stand in the cell for an hour. And it's also he's done this. He's done an answer. He's done a meeting. And this entire game is him putting meaning to CODA's work. This entire game is him projecting, him going against what CODA wanted. And by including the lamp that we see in every game, this was CODA's way of pleasing Davey. And then it just escalated to the point where.
Would you stop would you stop taking my game and selling them to people against my wishes? Giving them that it's not yours to get, violating the boundary. Yes, it's literally what I said. This was his thing. He let you in, and then you ruined it.
See?
Okay, yeah, you're right. Stop adding Lamppost to him.
What?
Wait.
No.
CODA never had Lamppost.
He never had. He never had an answer. He never had an objective. So
he never had Lamppost. Oh my god. He added them.
Davey, this is. I can see why. I knew it. I knew that he was modifying it. I knew. I seconded this. Like this.
Son of a bitch.
This is like if you sent me your animation stuff where you turn it to 8-bit Doom style.
Mm-hmm.
And I just said, fuck, I don't like
your
art direction.
No, what you do is you take it, right? You upres it with an AI, and then you also add in new frames, and then you upload it.
Yeah. 4K 30 the FPS animation. Are you not gonna have a comment about this?
Oh, I'd be like,
Davey?
what the fuck, man?
No, Davey, are you not gonna talk about this? You said that CODA put these in.
And then you stopped. And I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all.
You know, I bet
Nothing.
you what CODA
Less than
felt
nothing.
was you
What does
were
that mean?
you were a leech.
Definitely. It.
Ooh, that
This goes.
hurt.
This
That
goes. This
hurt.
goes back. This goes back to what I said with Coda, but how Davey said he was overly aggressive in becoming Coda's friend.
Yeah, because he's you know, he has anxiety. I know how that feels.
Yeah. You desperately need something, and I can't give it to you. I literally do not have it. Yes.
Yeah, that's literally just the process. As someone who does creative things, especially the intros for every, because I do a new intro for every series. It's like, Spud,
Yeah.
you know, I'm like, how the fuck do I do an intro for this? And then one day, I'm probably in the Sarah or something, and I'm like, that's it.
Yeah, like
TIE fighters shooting
even,
at Marshmallow Man.
like, yeah, like you just ask me, and I'll be like, I've got no idea. And then you'll think about it for ages, and then you'll finally come up with something, and then put energy towards it. It's yes.
That's true. See, I brought that bit up too.
It. I realize this doesn't make sense to you just yet, which is fine. You're not my problem to solve.
And I'm not your problem to solve.
But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing you are
I'm
wrestling.
afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
Okay,
That came out of nowhere.
When you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything.
He literally said something though. He made a game out of it. It showed it to people because you would be guaranteed to see it then.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work. Is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again?
Well, maybe he has made
I
games.
need to feel okay with myself.
He just hasn't shared it with you.
I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in.
Well,
I mean, is something
again? You sound like a leech right now.
I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again. Like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please. Start making games again. Please help me.
I'm getting
Please
Star
give me
Wars.
some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that
you're getting close in. The dark room is really awful and it's compressed.
You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please.
Everything's black now.
I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Oh, dude, 144 FPS. Epilogue.
I feel like I'm like the minority that uses the Steam FPS.
No, I use it too.
Do you? Okay. Like, is this something you? This is obviously something he made, Davey.
Mm-hmm. We're in David's work now.
Yeah. Pick up the trash can.
Yeah, pick up a can.
More
Okay.
love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more.
Well, that door's red, so I'm gonna go to it.
You know what I could literally put this to? It's what people were complaining about Twitch streamers who stream shows and and YouTube videos and stuff. It's literally the same thing, where people are telling them, "Thank you for showing me this thing," and they feel good about it. But that's literally also taking away work and stuff from the original people.
Solution.
It's also a different thing too, because you're not taking people's private stuff and so on it.
Like with the way that Davy's being a leech towards CODA's work.
Because he's making himself feel better with his work.
If someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate.
But this is like...
Wouldn't have told so many people.
I love how you and me, we both went through this and we're like, it's not desperate at all, it's just an outlet. I don't think I've seen a single YouTube series on this back in the day, because I completely forgot most of this game, that said that. I'm sure most of them were like, oh my god, is this story true?
Okay, and the part that just shocked me was him saying that he told people that CODA was the best. Like,
yeah, that's
people
fucked up.
His work, and then said he's doing this because he's the best. That's... It's... Okay, well, why the fuck's that there?
Davey, you lazy motherfucker.
Davey. Like, I don't even think you could, like... It's probably, like... Fuck you, Davey.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop.
Oh, he's in the standard rehable now. We're in his game.
They'll hate you.
Yes.
Oh, you know what this is? This is Davey's mind. He is doing what he said CODA always did, but this is him. Why did you go backwards?
I felt like if I was gonna get, if something was going to eat me, I want us to be eaten off first. Damn.
No, stop it! Don't eat me. Give me a second. Okay, there you go. Face down, ass up.
Kinky.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be?
Make your own work.
It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable.
What?
Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
Jesus.
Okay, but mate, this is why you're a leech. Because you didn't make any of this.
And at least what you did make was just modifications against the
apart from this
wish.
part.
Yeah, but like,
Also, we can also compare Davey's work to Dakota's work right now. His work sucks. Comparison-wise.
You know what? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a click about it. If he screams, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Oh my god, you picked the melee door!
What now?
Personally, I would have went in the Petra door, but you know.
I imagine you're just gonna edit different VTubers.
What am I gonna do?
Just edit different VTubers, but between each door. I'm just going eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through.
God, that would be so annoying to
I'm
track.
starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do.
It would be.
I have a lot that I need to make up for. So I'm just gonna
Give up?
Die?
Okay.
Shut up.
Counter-Strike?
Tatooine.
Oh.
Oh, okay, we had different minds.
Yeah, mine was like dust, yours like Star Wars.
Well, I only saw the wall. I'm like, I could mistake that for Tatooine. Oh, hey, who the fuck are you? I don't know who that is. Can't believe they're playing Cyber Furry Fucker 27.
I don't know what you're talking about, because I don't see that.
I know.
But Spud just outed one of his friends playing a porn game. Anyway.
No, he logged on the counter. Well, the
Oh,
abyss
hole.
calls. I'm an expert at finding the hole.
Oh, it's a lift.
This is accurate to something of this scale going on.
Welcome to the corridor. Please press that button.
What's the you saying like welcome to? Well, wasn't there a Gmod thing like the elevator or something?
Yeah,
It had,
that's one of these type of experiences too.
Yeah, that
Elevator
that
source or
rings a few
something.
bells. Yeah, that rings a few bells. Definitely. Where's the sun? You give me like directional
Here comes the
lighting
sun. Do 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 do.
Let's start singing Mr. Blue Sky. I don't remember.
I thought you said
Blue Sky.
Mr. Blue Sky. I was like, how's the VTuber the blue sky?
His color palette's red.
You just look up and you see his face, just laughing at you.
Okay, like full directional lighting, but like your skybox has no sun, so cringe.
Yeah, you're clearly not Bungie. Bungie is the best skyboxes. Free for Free is also up there.
Mm-hmm. I'm not
Look, you just stole some of his assets again.
Amazing.
We're gonna just clip through and go up.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Then he's gonna have, I bet you he's gonna have a message for CODA visible. No, it loads. Okay, it's not loading.
Oh, fuck off.
Okay, if this was a
you
real game, I
procedurally
wouldn't mind.
generated this. Man, I didn't know we went to that one movie about the maze. I forget what it's called. Maze Runner? That's it.
Maze Runner.
I only watched the first one, and I never watched the others. Nice too.
Apparently, it gets like, yeah, I like the first one. The other ones get like weird.
I love this low FPS whenever you fucking turn your camera.
I'm just gonna look down.
Yeah, that's so much better.
This looks like a quartz maze in Minecraft.
You know, this looks like a Windows XP, like, screensaver right now.
And it sounds
Don't
like
turn!
I launched up.
No, seriously, don't.
God. Okay, we'll look up. The beautiful stars.
Oh. Master Chief, mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
For R.
What the fuck is R?
I guess that's CODA's real, like, thing.
This project would not have been possible without the following individuals.
I think those are all those therapists.
Turn Back! Written by...
So that's the song.
Yeah, okay, so this is written. Oh, and no, this is the song? Fuck, never mind, ignore me. Additional thanks to... These people. These people. Where's
Like,
CODA?
How many... All of this was CODA's stuff. Why'd you need to thank these people?
Because it
Like,
clearly was written.
yeah.
Written or not? It's good start.
Yeah.
Makes you think. Makes you bring up a conversation about how much of an asshole David.
Mm-hmm.
We totally did the whole, by the way, he didn't say thanks, CODA, or anything at the end, bitch. Anyway, I love how we did the whole Wendigo thing before the game tells you. That's a reference to Scary Game Squad, by the way.
Until Dawn playthrough. Best game in the world. Supermassive Games releasing with The Quarry. Later this...
Okay, let's not date this.
This is 2017. It just got lost from the Jenssons hard drive.
I didn't even know you did.
Yeah, you're right. Honestly,
I was living with my mother then.
I wasn't. I'll tell you. Dated.
You are now. No, I'm joking. So, Spud, how do you feel about that experience?
Well, thinking that it's a written story, or okay, with how he said this is 4R, I imagine that this is something that happened, but obviously, I guess CODA never existed. It was someone else in this game.
Because you were shooting them, yeah.
Them. Yeah. But thinking it's completely like made up, fictional, very good, like amazing writing. They know how to write a bastard of a character. It's almost on the level as Rachel and Slut or Bitch, whatever her name is. I hate like
fucking Tower of God.
Yeah.
It was Rachel, by the way.
And
don't forget Princess Bitch from Rising of the Series.
That was who was the second person I was referencing. Because Slut is her adventuring name, and then
that's right. You're right. Oh God, I love this show.
I've been aiming to venge for Slut. How you do it?
I'm just saying, there's very few characters in the universe that I watch that physically make me angry. Mm-hmm. All right, Spud, how are you gonna close this one out?
Don't be a Davy, and it's okay to be a CODA.
Don't project your shit onto other people.